Hi, everyone, and welcome to Success at Small Scale. I'm pausing on this screen for just a brief moment for you to take a look at Jamf's forward-looking statement. It will also be available for detailed review under the resources. My name is Karen Goss, and I'm a product marketing manager here at Jamf. Let's review our presentation agenda. Today, we are going to discuss an SMB overview, some SMB considerations, strengths and challenges, Jamf Now benefits, and then some customer successes that we've seen. You are a small business, and you know businesses better than anyone. You're the first one through the door in the morning and the last one out every day. You wear more hats than can fit on a head and complete more tasks in a day than anyone would think possible. Everything from balancing budgets, creating schedules, working on the floor, behind a register, at a job site, interacting with customers, drumming up grassroots marketing, and putting out fires that crop up at a moment's notice. 9 to 5, 5 days a week is something you've heard of, but wouldn't really want it anyhow. All of this is to chase down and bring to life your vision for the small business you own or are a pivotal part of. You accept this life and this role because you have a vision and a goal to create something special for your small business. You may want to crush your dreams, grow your business, grow your team, and see your business succeed. But sometimes dreams are difficult to make a reality due to the time and resources needed. Every day is about maximizing your time and resources, which is where technology can be a gift or sometimes a challenge. Apple has become a staple brand in the world for mobile devices. Everywhere you look, someone has a new iPhone, is on an iPad or MacBook, or is listening to their AirPods or checking their Apple Watch. And Apple is making more and more inroads into business and enterprise. Large companies and small businesses alike are able to gain access to a slew of apps, tools, and software they need to achieve their specific business goals. The difference is large companies have more time and resources at their disposal and often have full teams dedicated to maximizing how they use their technology. Unless you are taking on the task yourself, it's not likely that a small business has these unlimited resources. That shouldn't stop a small business from efficiently using technology to reach their goals. With a product business suite from Jamf to fit every business's needs, goals, and needs, Jamf offers small and medium-sized businesses Jamf Now. Jamf Now gives you the power of enterprise-level device management without demanding that you have expert-level IT knowledge. We take it upon ourselves to create a product that allows you, the user, to simply check boxes and toggle restrictions on or off to fit your needs, while behind the scenes, more in-depth device management tasks are happening. The beauty of this is that many small business owners or workers have no need to be hung up by the minute back-end details. While this offers a little less customization, many people simply don't need it. They want to know that by checking the right boxes, inputting the right details, and adding the apps they need to Jamf Now blueprints, their devices will be set up exactly how they want. Customers like this are why we do what we do. It's our goal to make sure technology is providing you with access and resources that are advancing your business, not slowing you down. With Apple devices running smoothly and keeping project timelines on course all across the world. Businesses to conquer the work week, not simply making sure every iPad has the app or program to begin with. Giving yourself and your team what they need and want while eliminating wasted time spent trying to do IT tasks you aren't fully sure how to do. Sounds like solving two problems at once. According to the Small Business Association, in 2016, there were over 30 million small businesses in the US, which is defined as 50 or fewer employees in the private sector. Small and medium businesses are a huge part of the number of global businesses. They are also in a wide variety of industries. So what's different for SMB versus larger enterprises? Well, multiple people are wearing multiple hats. We talked about more hats than can fit on a head. Individual staff dedicated to specific job duties may not be possible in smaller companies. Maybe there's not a dedicated IT team. Sometimes people who have the most technical experience are assigned to IT tasks versus having dedicated IT teams in place. Devices may have multiple users or single needs, and there may be price sensitivity as well. Some strengths for SMB businesses include making decisions faster and being able to pivot and adjust quickly. With fewer people involved in decisions, it may allow you to make decisions faster and implement things quicker. You may be able to pivot and adjust quickly. As an example, look how retail and restaurants shifted from in-store to curbside, and some healthcare was able to shift from in-person to telehealth. And there are other ways that small businesses can differentiate themselves. Maybe customer service is strength or another unique offering that separates yourself from the competition. Depending on your business or industry, some challenges that SMBs face can include cash flow or reducing your costs, focusing on keeping the business running, competing priorities. All businesses have these, but they may have fewer resources or budget to apply. Employee retention acquisition, keeping and attracting employees and customers, and protecting your technology investment. As companies invest in technology, they need to protect that investment. So what are the top 10 IT priorities, business issues, and IT challenges for SMBs in 2020? In its global SMB survey, Tech Isles investigated 27 different technology areas and several subcategories, 24 different IT challenges, and 24 different business issues. As you can see, business issues included attracting and retaining new customers, increasing profits, and keeping pace with competition. IT priorities and challenges are also listed here and include mobility and security ranking highly in IT priorities and challenges. We also see mobile device security listed as number 7 in IT challenges. One way to help protect those technology investments is through Jamf Now. This is the easiest way to perform small business MDM or mobile device management tasks on Apple devices within your organization. Set up, manage, and secure devices in minutes, all from one place. So the value of Jamf Now falls into these 3 buckets: set up, manage, and secure. Let's look at those a little more deeply. With Jamf Now set up and manage, we took the challenges of device management and simplified them, creating an intuitive environment for users. From enrollment to distribution of devices, eliminate those tedious steps to create a streamlined process for users. By using this intuitive yet powerful interface, you can remotely configure settings on all of your iPad, iPhone, and Mac devices quickly and consistently. Things like zero-touch enrollment. We're using Jamf Now together with zero-touch deployment gets users up and running in minutes with a fully configured device. App distribution, automatically install apps on all of your devices, enroll with Apple's volume purchasing, part of the Apple Business Manager, to buy apps and distribute them over the air. No Apple ID required. And inventory management. quickly and easily get a view of devices by current device details, such as who the device is assigned to, operating system, serial number, applied settings, and deployed apps. OS Updates is a powerful feature that lets you manage operating system updates for automated MDM enrollment. Update a single device or push OS updates to all devices. It allows you to get a bird's eye view of the status of applied email accounts, security settings, and deployed apps. An additional Jamf Now benefit is the blueprint functionality in Jamf Now. Blueprints are the core of Jamf Now. You can easily customize and deploy apps and security for groups of devices, all from one place. From apps to security, email, Wi-Fi, restrictions, single app mode, web clips, and wallpaper settings, Blueprints provides you with a quick and easy way to get your employees what they need to be productive. You can create multiple blueprints to define different settings and apps for different devices within your deployment. Once you are enrolled in Apple Business Manager, blueprints can be pre-assigned to devices with pre-configured settings and apps, enabling true out-of-the-box deployment. And from a secure perspective, your organization can take advantage of the native Apple security frameworks without compromising on the user experience. Jamf Now's MDM security features are built for the Apple platform and integrate with native Apple security controls. It features a suite of encryption tools, restrictions, and remote management capabilities. Things like restrictions. Mac, iPad, and iPhone restrictions allow you to manage preferences for your enrolled Apple devices. Disk encryption. You can encrypt the entire drive on a Mac with File Vault to protect your data with enterprise-level encryption. Jamf Now goes one step further to encrypt and store your recovery keys. Remote lock or wipe. Ensure lost or stolen devices don't become a security threat. You can disable the device until a passcode is entered. Unlock it only when the correct passcode is applied, or remotely wipe all the data. You may not have the device, but you would still be in control. Another security element is passcode requirement. By requiring a passcode on all of your enrolled devices, along with enforcing an auto lock period, all of your devices are encrypted and data is secure. And lost mode. You can disable and locate a lost iPad or iPhone device, all without compromising an employee's privacy. When lost mode is activated, the iOS device receives a customized lock screen message, is disabled from use, and shows its location. A customer example of how Abbeydale BEC is using Jamf Now is a great example of using this technology. Abbeydale Business Environment Consultants, or Abbeydale BEC for short, was formed in 1993 and has grown to become a small team of geotechnical and environmental consultants, offering desk studies, site investigation, gas monitoring, slope stability, flood risk assessment, and more. They carved out a niche with small and medium business developers, architects, and structural engineers looking to build primarily housing and industrial premises. Being a part of the construction, engineering, and field services industry, they know the emphasis within these industries of having partners that are efficient, effective, and capable of handling the day-to-day control of their role in projects. It is because of these traits that Abbeydale BEC has become a trusted partner for many people, including a number of local authorities within the field of highway design and associated development issues. As with any project, keeping progress on pace is a necessity. It can be the difference between making profits or breaking even, and for Abbeydale, it could mean getting hired again in the future or not. Each project is an opportunity to put their best foot forward and showcase the quality of work their team is capable of doing. As a small business themselves, Abbeydale BEC knows the life of covering as much ground as possible every day on projects. In order to do this, they know each employee has to feel empowered and capable of being in control of every aspect of their day-to-day work, including the tools that they use. As many companies do, Abbeydale BEC gave each of their employees a computer during their onboarding so that each member of the team had access to the same hardware, software, and programs. But over time, challenges began to form. Abbeydale noticed that slowly but surely, every device became outdated, which meant they were opening themselves up to potential security threats. Without a dedicated IT department to assist in this, the responsibility would have fallen to the individual user to update their computer, but employees felt a lot of pressure that they may cause more harm than good in updating their devices themselves. No one had professional IT experience, which meant none of them felt comfortable and in control of their own devices. As GDPR regulations took effect and expectations around security increased, Abbeydale BEC knew they had a responsibility to keep their company and clients' information secure. Having sensitive client information, job site information, and planning and purchasing data on devices that weren't up to date wasn't going to suffice. Abbeydale BEC knew something had to change. They were due for a refresh on their technology and needed to enable their team to feel comfortable with their devices, relieving the pressure they were feeling of day-to-day device management. Rick Seville, a director at Abbeydale BEC, recognized the needs of the team and, with no professional IT experience, took it upon himself to investigate how to make the most of their next investment into technology. He needed to make sure that they could offer employees the best hardware available and a suite of tools and software that would allow each team member to produce their best work, all while giving Abbeydale BEC an easy way to keep each of the devices up to date and secure. As he began his research, it became clear to him that a system based around Apple's Mac offered him the ability to keep devices updated through free OS updates, leverage Apple's native security for GDPR compliance, and give the team access to the entire App Store full of tools and apps, and was a setup that Rick was already very familiar with in his personal use. He just needed to find out how to accomplish all of this and the other goals and learn the best practices for rolling out the technology and managing them day to day within a commercial setting. Rick began his plans for Abbeydale BEC's new Mac-based tech plan and was introduced to mobile device management and Jamf Now. He learned that MDM would be able to do a lot of things he was looking to do from a central location, all without manually intervening or relying on his team to perform those tasks. After months of using Mac and Jamf Now, Rick can comfortably say he is sold on the ease and power of Jamf Now. Rick quickly saw the value of managing them instead of manually. He said, "Jamf Now has given me a lot of confidence that we have the necessary management and security in place for our devices. It also gives the users a lot of confidence when they are using their devices. That management, security, and confidence is exactly what Rick set out to provide for Abbeydale BEC." Since creating their MDM foundation and enrolling their new Mac devices in Jamf Now, Rick is able to make sure each iMac and MacBook is set up and secure, taking a lot of pressure off the employees to make sure they aren't doing anything wrong on their devices unknowingly. With access to the App Store, Abbeydale BEC can offer their team a wide range of apps and tools to work with. And because devices are enrolled in Jamf Now, Rick can make sure the apps are uniform across all devices. By doing this, he can ensure each app is properly vetted to meet GDPR compliance and security requirements. Currently at Abbeydale, each device remains up to date with the latest operating system using Jamf Now's ability to remotely upgrade devices. And each computer has a specific blueprint set up to ensure each employee is enabled with the right software without making them worry about searching and downloading apps on their own. Rick is happy with Jamf Now management, and he's gladly championed that role to help the team find success. Because of Apple and Jamf Now, each need they were looking to solve with their tech refresh plan is being met and has created a foundation for scaling with their growth. Rick said, "It's also a massive time saving. I can do everything I need to do quickly from anywhere." Another example of a customer is Colasanti Construction Services Incorporated. Colasanti is a construction company based in Michigan, providing services in 25 states across the country. Field employees are issued iOS devices that allow them to work more efficiently on the job site and stay connected with the rest of the company. Will Kosnick is the sole IT person for the company, and because time is limited, ease of use and efficiency are important when it comes to device management. Most of Colasanti's employees are in the field on a day-to-day basis and all across the country. So Will needs a seamless way to make sure each device had company email, Wi-Fi, and the necessary apps. Jamf Now provided a way for Will to get all Apple devices up and running and to keep them updated without having to physically touch each one. But let's hear from Will himself about his experience in this video.
So the reason I started looking for a device management solution is because we have over 1,000 employees, and I'm the only person in IT, the only person managing the devices. So things that shouldn't take me weeks to do would take me weeks to do. So I was looking for something to make myself more productive, and Jamf does that. Currently, we're using our Apple devices in the field. We can, during a meeting, pull up drawings. Any project documentation lives right in that Procore app, and then in real time, all that information is synced together with the Office. Big thing I've got going on at my company, I've got a lot of old school construction workers. They like paper, they like to have stuff down in front of them. It's really intuitive. They can go on, it's really a couple button presses to get onto their app and they're in. And then security, it's built right into the devices. We've got products and different drawings and documentation that are on there that are really sensitive with our company that we don't want getting out there. That security built into is a huge plus one. One of the issues that we had a lot of is lost and stolen devices. To push down apps, you don't need an iTunes account. With no iTunes account, you also have no Find My iPhone or Find My iPad. So if you have a device that's lost or stolen, you're out of luck. We spent thousands of dollars before using Jamf to just replace these devices. No longer have to do that. Jamf has lost mode. You turn it on. It'll go ahead and use GPS. It'll pinpoint right where it's at. So if they did leave it on a site somewhere and it's still there, you're able to find it. Could say my favorite thing about Jamf Now is how easy it is to use, but that's really obvious when you start using the product. But my favorite thing about Jamf Now is the customer service. There's actual people on the other end. They're helping you figure out how to use the product better, helping you figure out when things just stop working or if there's any glitches in the system. They're really making sure that your experience is great and the product, you're using the product to its fullest potential.
So just a quick example from Colasanti Construction about their use of Jamf Now. You can try Jamf Now for yourself or recommend it to a colleague. Visit www.jamfnow.com and manage 3 devices for free. Thank you for listening today. Please make sure to give us feedback by completing the survey using the widget below.